Alan Pulido is practically out of the Chivas team, and coach Gabi Milito is not very happy with him because of a situation. Do you want to find out what it's about? Stay here with me and we'll talk about it next. I'm Jesus Bernal, and I thank all of you for your attention. Thank you so much for being here with me to talk about the latest regarding the Chivas team and this topic. Why is Gabi Milito angry with Alan Pulido? Without further ado, let's start this video with the latest news about Las Chivas. Well, Coach Gabi Milito, if you've noticed, he has practically left Alan Pulido out in the last few games. The last time he played was in the game against Puebla. Pulido was coming back from an injury. In that game, Alan was given some minutes and got to play. But after that, he hasn't played again. He was called up for the match against Atlas because there were no other options, but he didn't play in that game either. And his minutes, well, have basically decreased. But this situation, just look at it. There's a very good reason for it. And I'll show you what the issue is. Look at the date. When did Pulido last play for Chivas? In September? Pulido's last match with Chivas was in September. What happens in October in the city of Guadalajara? The famous October festivals where artists come, there are concerts, people stay up late, and so on. Well, it turns out that Alan Pulido was a regular attendee at these kinds of events. And that's the reason why he hasn't played since October. True, he didn't miss any training sessions or anything. But the coaching staff didn't agree with him staying up late all the time. Watching artists at the arena when part of a player's job is to rest. That's the situation. And that's the issue that currently keeps Alan Pulido from having any chance to play with Chivas. The nightlife, as I'm showing you, the last game he played was in September. He was coming back from injury and there was trust in him. What happened next? The October festivities came and he couldn't control himself. The coaching staff found out and he was completely erased from that moment on, from the first team. The one who was also removed from the institution was Professor Arturo Ortega, who, unfortunately for him, was let go already. From the Tapatío team. They thanked this coach. Today, the Sacred Flock is looking for a new coach. We see the official statement here. There's a lot of Buen Fin advertising. And it says to our fans in the media, the Club Deportivo Guadalajara announces that Arturo Ortega is no longer the head coach of Tapatío. We thank him for his work in the different areas of the club where he contributed during his time as part of the institution, and we wish him success in his future projects. In the coming weeks, we will announce the new coach of the Rojiblanca reserve team in the Expansion League. With this, Arturo Ortega is not only separated from Tapatío but also from the institution in general. He was clearly held accountable for the poor results. Tapatío finished in 11th place in that tournament and didn't manage to qualify. And that's why they thank this coach, which has to be said. He made the Tapatío team champions once, together with Pepe Melendez. It was in that tournament when Gago left. Tapatío was doing really well. Coach Ortega moved up to the first team to finish the semester, and Pepe Melendez stayed to coach Tapa in the playoffs. So we have to give him credit there, because he was the one who won the title for this institution. And later, with Chivas in the top division, he lost in the play-in against Atlas. You might remember that bitter night at the Agro Stadium. So, well, it's a regrettable situation whenever someone loses their job. I hope things go well for Coach Arturo Ortega wherever he goes. And well, the Cruz Azul team is also getting ready for their upcoming match against Chivas. They were given some rest at the beginning of the week. They worked that way, unlike Guadalajara, which started their preparation at the end. Remember, they won't have Faravelli due to a red card, nor Kevin Mir, who is injured. Two sensitive, absences. We'll have to see how many games the disciplinary committee sanctions Faravelli as well. That's a factor to consider. And, well, Chivas is focused on their own thing, doing their job, working to try and get to the semifinals of Mexican soccer. And well, as it turns out, just to wrap up, yesterday was a really tough blow for the Chivas women's team. They lost 2-0 to America in the first leg of the semifinals. The second leg will be tough. What do they need? They need to win by 3, which is not easy at all. They have to go to Estadio Azul and win by 3 goals to advance to the final. We have to say it's not impossible, but obviously the series is extremely uphill right now for the Chivas women's team. Alright, we'll leave this video here. Thank you very much for your attention. Keep subscribing, commenting, sharing, and liking, and I'll see you next time. I'm Jesus Bernal. Goodbye.